So, welcome back to the fourth session of Essentials of the Basic Business Dynamics. Thank you so much who have taken the initiative to join these sessions, which we are trying to, pass on a lot of informations out to the SME and MSME sectors to understand how this actually the way of business can be changed to a better process. So welcome back. Let's take a few more seconds to wait for there. Some people are joining one by one. So we will take on this special session with a very, very special topic, which I think is one of the most, what will I say, one of the most important topic to, understand while doing a business. So in the meantime, let me introduce what we are and how we are working in this total field. So AtKonnectt Redefining Businesses has been conceived by me in the year 2019, and from there the journey has started, and slowly it is moving on to the different sectors of the business world. Now, after working for several, of 3 decades, 3+ decades in the market with different organizations like Bill Morrison, like JBM, and then talking about Epson India, and then talking about KEI, I have understood one thing. We all do business more into more when we do business, we are more into emotions, more into passions, and that's what actually takes us a little bit away from the fact that it's a business. It's a question of making money in the right way, in the right process. Hence, with this, I would like to start the session, and this is the session 4 of all the 12 sessions are there, and this session's the topic is time mastery. So this is the today's topic, time mastery. Why we have chosen this topic, that is very important, because when we are talking about destination mastery, how to master the destination, to find out where to go, how to go, and how fast we can go there. We have discussed also about the finance part of it, where we're talking about how to manage the finance, the money part of it, because end of the day, when we are doing business, we are actually looking into the money part. So when the destination is getting cleared, the money part is in place, it's time that we should get the time in place. Hence, today's topic is time mastery or time management. With this, I would really like to, talk about this quote by a very eminent person. I don't need to tell his name to all of you. You all know him very well. Probably we all proud of him in the entire country and the world, what he says about time. Time is nothing but punctuality, and punctuality is not about just being on time. It is basically about respecting your own commitments to the people whom you are actually giving time. So I repeat in his words now, punctuality is not about being on time. It's basically about respecting your own commitments. And there we go with the person called Frederick
planning and organizing your day in such a way that you can get the most of it, feel happy and satisfied, and at the same time deliver the best of the work itself. Time management helps to reduce workload, plan and work, and maximize the outcome by minimizing the.
So important a word, when we talk about this, when we talk about Frederick Winslow, very few people know who this person is about. Frederick Winslow is basically the father of time management. So Frederick Winslow Taylor has actually thought about what is a time management all about, and therefore he wrote these few lines which already I have recorded in the system. It says that planning and organizing your day in such a way that you can get the most of out of it. Feel happy, satisfied, and at the same time deliver the best work result. Time management helps to reduce workload, plan, and work, and maximize the outcome of minimizing the input. It is so beautiful thing. Let's go to the next page. The 3 A's, I mean to say, the 3 awareness of time management. Everybody says you have to manage your time well. You have to do this in the right time, but seldom people show the way how to do it. And here we'll talk about that only, how to manage the time, which is important for us and which will help us to reach our destination early and will also help us to see our money, our funds, our resources are utilized in a proper way. So the first A is all about awareness. We must be aware of one thing, that time does not move as per our wish. The course of time is perfectly set. It will not change. It will not expand as per our requirement. So whenever we take a job to do something, whenever we take a responsibility to deliver something, we must be aware of what is the time required to do it and whether it is there or not, whether the process of doing that is applicable within the time limit or not. So being aware that the time cannot be extended as per my need, as per your need, will be actually helping you to understand that, okay, I will be only here. This is where I have to be, and I have to complete my duties. I have to complete my responsibilities within this period. The next plan is arrangement. The second A, arrangement, planning and fitting. Because everything does not happen planned. There are some things which always come as a sudden jerk in the system. And it happens with you, it happens with everybody. Now, how it happens? We have already planned a particular day as per the routine given, but then certain emergency arises out of some type of, hurriedness, or might be there was a change of situations, change of environment, something like that, which has to be done. So how to fit that within the same time frame, keeping in mind that I cannot extend my time as per as my need. So when I'm trying to fit something which was not in the plan, I have to actually reduce the time given to certain jobs, or I have to delay it and put it in a different time frame. Now, what happens when we try to manage everything within the same time? We all know that. It is nothing new. That what happens when we try to manage everything within the given time? It does not happen. Everybody has tried that, but it does not happen. We have to be upfront about how much time is required to deliver how much quality and also to deliver how much quantity. Because whenever you're trying to squeeze something within a given point of time, within a given time frame, you may be compromising with the quality. And sometimes it happens in all sectors of life, in all sectors of our professions, when we try to squeeze a lot of quantity within the same time frame, within the same area, we sometimes have to, or maybe not sometimes, we always have to compromise in the output of the quality. Hence, be careful about that. So we spoke about awareness, we spoke about arrangement, and as it rightly is written there, we have to speak about adaptation. When adaptation is required, why it is required? Because when you're trying to fit something into the system, you have to actually adapt yourself to that changes. Yes, this change is required and this change has to happen. If I don't personally, mentally agree that, this has to be adapted because it is now in demand and it is now required at this point of time, then probably we will not be able to make the best use of that particular time frame, and we will be fighting with our own mindset, keeping that why it has come now. It is not scheduled there. A lot of questions will come and a lot of us face this. Now, when we keep on doing this, what hampers? What is actually affected? The quality. So when we are talking about delivering anything, we are always talking about delivering the best of the quality as per as our limits. So when you are looking into the awareness, when you are looking into the arrangement, the planning part, and then you're looking into the adaptation part, that is, we are actually trying to adapt to the changes when it demands. Is what's very well said, and I was actually very much into this subject to say that how time can be managed and what are the three awareness of the time management. So even from the childhood to the day where we are, we have been always talked about routine, right? When we used to go to the schools, we talked about routines. We used to follow the routines. When we talked about exams, there was a particular period when the exam is going to happen. That was also a routine. So when all these things are happening, one thing was common, and that thing was time. How we have utilized our time to do the thing in demand actually helped us to understand what is actually the routine. So putting and understanding the demands which may come automatically to your face, we have to keep that one particular point of the day, one particular period of the day to accommodate things which are not planned. Yes, this is very important. We need to accommodate some deliverables which are not in the plan, and hence to accommodate that, we have to have certain period of time within the day absolutely kept free or doing something which can be avoided when the demand comes in. Otherwise, it will be always a firefighting. And of course, we all do firefighting maybe today. We have been doing firefighting. We are doing today firefighting, but actually, thankfully, the period which we have crossed over has really taught us something very different, which we never thought about. And that is how to manage our time, which is in our hand. And we must understand that how much time we have got. There are some people, when I talk to my clients who are actually, coming back to us saying that, why I need to do everything. Why people are not listening to me. Why I am not able to give time to the people who need my time. It is all because of your poor time management. So, and this management can always be achieved by a proper guidance, by a proper help, and your acceptance to listen to it and accept it and adapt it. That is very important. End of the day, you need to understand that you need to adapt it and you need to understand it so that you can help your time to be with you whenever you require. So let's go forward. What time management is not and what we should avoid. Can anybody put in the chat what we should avoid and what is not actually a time management? See, our webinar is, always be, a one-side discussions. Let it not be a monologue. If you have got something to say, Please keep on carrying. I don't mind getting, questions in with between the session so that it becomes people understand actually the discussion is on. So keep on doing that. Yes, Mr. Pritesh, thank you. Delay in taking decision, time management, perfect. One of the point. Yes, things important should be avoided. Unimportant should be avoided. I'm so sorry. Things unimportant should be avoided. Yes, but these are the results of your time management. What you actually has to avoid while enforcing time management, and what is not known as time management. Attending to frequent interruptions. Yes. Procrastination. Wow, a beautiful word, procrastination. So we are getting so many things, right? What is actually not a time management? Let me come back to what it is. A difference between activity task and the productivity task. So nice of it. Okay, so nice of it. An activity leads to productivity, but activity has to be such a way that the productivity comes out. So next, let's understand what is. It's a belief that you can simply put time management tips into action and hope things will automatically work. So natural, we always think this. We keep on thinking this. We keep on thinking that we believe in this, that you can simply put time management tips into actions when the coaches tell us, when the consultants tell us, and we hope that we have put everything in place. We have got the consultant with us, we have got the coach with us, we have got the mentor with us, and he has told us everything has to be done. And so everything will happen automatically. But my dear friends, everything does not happen automatically. It has to be exercised in the system. It has to be well put into the system with proper identification of the particular deliverable along with the particular time allotment. Next, go to the next one. This was actually, a phrase by Tim Ferriss. The name is there. And I was going through that book called The 4-Hour Week. What it says, a very beautiful thing, right? We all can read it. You shouldn't be trying to do more in each day, trying to fill every second with a work fidget of some type. Sometimes less means better. It is so well defined statement by Tim Ferriss. I just came across this book. I would request all of you to go through this book. It's really, really helpful. It really aligns you to a particular system and how to understand what is exactly a time management. And the more we read this line, the more you will feel that, you are more into this, that you shouldn't be trying to do more in each day. Sometimes we make a firefighting, which is trying to say that don't do firefighting every day. Once in a while, firefighting is okay, but not every day. So you shouldn't be trying to do more in each day, trying to fill that every second of the day with a walk fidget, with the type of walk of some type that we have to do it. No, it is not that way. Sometimes do less, but do better. Sometimes do less, but do better. And this is where we are always faltering. Many of us are faltering in this. I will not say 90%, but many of us faltering this. We try to do everything in a particular day. ये करना है, वो करना है, ऐसा करना है, complete करना है, वो भी पूछ करना है, phone भी करना है. And a lot of entrepreneurs actually keep on doing this. They try to do everything. Now, this discussion leads to another discussions called delegation. Because to manage your time, you need to delegate some less important things to somebody else to do. I will come to that. That's a very important and very interesting slide, which will really, really open up your minds completely about what is time. As I mentioned in the topic, it is 80:20. What is that? 80:20. So how to utilize 80? and how to utilize that 20% will come into that discussions later on. In the meantime, let's carry on with this, what Tim Ferriss said. Tim Ferriss actually are telling us to put everything under a plan of the time and give enough time to understand what we are doing in that time. Let's not consume 86,400 seconds with complete productivity. It does not happen in that. Sometimes doing less increases more productivity at certain times. So please, to all the audiences who are there, write down the name of the book, The 4-Hour Week by Tim Ferriss. It is really, really interesting. Hence, what I understand in all this, please understand, let us understand this, let us act on it and adapt what is required. So we are trying to understand that what needs to adapt. We'll keep on this journey going on for the next 25 minutes, next 25 minutes. Will not keep you engaged for so long a time that, the time management is affected. No, we will not try to affect your time management, because I have only asked 45 minutes from all of you, and maybe it can be extended by 5 or 6 minutes more if you want to ask me more questions, you want to be more clear about it. Hence, go and read this book. We will be coming back to this later on. The next questions, we all said the awareness, we all talked about what needs to do, we all talked about what we should avoid, we have understood what is the time management is all about, but the thing is that सब लोग बोलता है कुछ करने के लिए, but करने के लिए रास्ता कौन दिखाता है and कैसे करना है, but how to improve. We all know actually. In our entrepreneurial journey, like you, I am also an entrepreneur, right? My profession is something different from manufacturing or something like this. We are with everybody. Now, at every point of time, at every point of our journey, we need to improve. We first need to improve our time management. When we can improve our time management, we will be able to see, watch, and observe other things which we were not able to see because we were continuously trying to be productive for the entire 86,406 seconds in a day. No. So let's see what happens. The elements of the time management, how to do it. What are the elements of the time management? Before we get into this, I will talk about why the elements are very important to constitute the time actually. How to measure the time point by point. So let's go to the first element, plan, routine. Today we can use a Google Sheet to make our routine. Today we can also go to the very primitive way, our old way of making our plan. That is also good. So it all depends what you want to do, and accordingly we can put the plan, but plan it, put it in writing. Don't use your brain. It has got limitations. Believe me, my friends, entrepreneurs, who are going to start their businesses. Maybe some of you are going to start their business in the future. They're planning for a startup. Everything has to be planned. Put it in plain black and white paper. Don't try to engage this person out in your brain. No. Don't overburden him, because there are two people there. Not only one people, there are actually two people with you. So when you plan, what you plan. The point is, when you plan, what you plan. You plan first that where you have to go, set the clear goals. Don't take me wrong. I'm not trying to, tell that, that is right and this is wrong, but I have come across a lot of people who have just started their business without understanding where they need to go. I have got two clients who are trying to manage their all the businesses, whatever they have got with them, and he touches upon every business on the same day. And you know, unfortunately, who is the person who gets drained out? He's the person. So plan for the day, plan for the month, set the clear goals of the day, set the clear goals of your business, set the clear goals for the next 90 days. And hence what we do in our type of systems, we always set up 90-day plan, coming back from 10 years plan to 5-year plan to 3-year plan to 1-year plan, and then slowly cascade it down into the 490 days, which is there in 365 days. And thus you get to have a clear set of goals. So, I'm so sorry. The next one is when you are setting up your clear goals, you actually need to prioritize them. What is the prioritizing? Prioritizing is nothing but putting important things in the front and delaying those things which can be avoided right now. That is what is called prioritizing, the demand of the time. When we talk about demand of the time, it is not the demand which you have actually created, but what that particular subject is demanding of. It is not that what you have created, it is what the subject is demanding out of you. That is what is called prioritization. So prioritize your day, prioritize your task, and delay those processes which can be done later on. So here, actually, I was talking to a group of parents of a particular institution, and that was a very new thing for me. I was supposed to address some group of parents on it. So, and I found the major difference between the workload, the thought process is important and urgent. So if I actually try to draw two things, what is important and what is urgent, sometimes, no, not sometimes, every time, that's what I want to say, every time we try to do the urgent thing. Urgency gives us a kick. Ye urgent hai, ye abhi karna hai. But you know what happens? I give a small example. The office opens at 9:30 p.m. 9:30 a.m. So sorry, 9:30 a.m. probably, and you are approximately, say 6 kilometers from your office. You stay there. So, and you get up at 7 o'clock every day. You may be going out for an exercise or for a morning walk or for a gym for an hour. Come back to the house, freshens up yourself, and then you get ready for the office and you reach office at 9:30 a.m. You are perfectly set. Your physical exercise timing is set, everything is set. Because physical exercise is very important for you. Office is, of course, important for you. Now, the system changed and the timing changed. And your office is supposed to start at 8 a.m. in the morning. So what you will do? Will you skip your morning rituals or you will not? Come on, let's chat. If your office timing has preponed himself from 9:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., will you avoid your morning rituals, what you used to do? For example, going for a morning walk. For example, okay, walk to office. Okay, you will walk to office, fine. What you will do? So Mr. Anil said that he wants to walk to office. That means he's clubbing up his walking period with his office timing. Yeah, we'll get up early. That's good. We get up early. We reschedule our exercise time. That is one important thing. Yes. So what it says actually and what you are saying is all the same. We don't forget what is important. Because the moment we forget what is important, it will become urgent one day. But normally we do the ulta. We keep on doing the urgent things and not following up on the important things. So if your office hours actually, prepone from 9:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. and you are there is a person who rises up at 7 a.m., you better rise up at 5:30 a.m. because you need to do your morning rituals, which is important, because if you don't do your morning rituals, that will become an urgent factor for you and you will have to do it. You know what is that? So concentrate on important. There is a good exercise on that. We'll do this today for a very short time and we'll find out what is important, what is not important, what is urgent and what is not urgent actually, and how to see where we are standing. So while doing this, what we do, we define our time limits, routine. Let's go back to our childhood days and school days, routine, we used to keep our routine on the board. वो टाइम पे तो बोर्ड नहीं था और कुछ था अलमारी का पीछे, अलमारी का साइड में, and all these areas we used to paste our routines out there, and we used to take all those books which are pertaining to that routine. It is not that like today we take everything in our backpack, even what is not required. Today I see children take everything inside their backpack, even it is not there in the syllabus or in the time frame today, in the routine today. So define your time limits. Give time to each and every activity which is required to fulfill your day and which does not push you towards the urgent factors. So the things which are not actually urgent for, the things which are not suiting for you, you delegate those works. When you delegate those works, your time management becomes better. So when your time management becomes better, your productivity gets better. So all these things keeps on happening. So better delegate those works which are not as important to you. And that will help you to manage your time in a better way. Okay. Yeah, there are some, anybody who is putting the chats on, put it to everyone, because so that everybody can see it. Yeah. So that keep on putting your chats, whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to say, and send it to everyone, not only to the host and the panelists, send it to everyone so that everybody can see it and enjoy it. Thank you so much for that. And so we are coming back to the delegation of works. And so delegate those unimportant works, which is unimportant for you at the particular time, and let other people do it. In this process, you will be actually able to manage your time in a much, much fruitful way. Yes. Days have changed. Everything has changed. The process has changed. The thought process has changed. We don't actually work in our office premises the way we were working 2 years before. That is known as the period BC. Previously, BC was known as before Christ. Now BC is known as before Corona. So today is the time to experiment right tools. There are so many tools available in the market today that you can actually use those tools to understand what is your time factor and how you manage your time, how you can manage your team's time. So there are several tools which are available. You can always use those tools free for a month, understand which is suiting you, and then accept it, embrace it, and then follow it. It will help you to release your pressure on time. So experiment with high tools, with right high-end tools, which will be actually helping your business to grow. Yes. How will you know whether you are going on the right path or not? So to understand that you are going on the right path or you're not going in the right path, you're missing something, audit your time, which is normally known as test and measure your time. Every time, please understand, every week, please audit your time. what you have planned and what you have achieved. If you can do it every day, that will be too nice. But if you're not able to do every day, please keep on writing on a diary. A few days back, I was talking about a diary, how diary helps your time. The diary, what is the diary? Diary is D-I-A-R-Y. Diary is nothing but doing things. You know, when you are putting down things, writing down things in each and every page, it helps to understand what you have been doing there. So today the habit of diary has gone. You know, people does not believe in a diary. People goes by what will I say? People will goes by memories. People goes up by WhatsApp. They normally put their schedule in the WhatsApp and everything. Your activities, digging your activities every day inside the system so that people understand it, what they are actually doing and what they are supposed to do. So everybody knows what they are supposed to do, but sometimes they forget that what they have to do. That is very important. Hence, auditing time is very important. Now let's go to the other one. Review. When you do your audit, you review, right? And when you review, what do you get? Either you get a good result or you get a bad result, but no issues on that. But you must review, and again, you must change it accordingly. You have to adjust it accordingly. That is very important. So when you are changing it, then actually you are changing it for the good. But if you are not changing it, and if you are going on the same way what you want to do, then probably you will miss out what is coming as a result. No. So better you do that and adjust it, review it, and then find out what is exactly, that time is talking to you and how do you do it. Okay. So this is basically the 8 elements of a diary. 8 elements of your time management. Time management is basically your diary. So what is means? It is DIARY. Now I tell you the meaning of the diary. Daily input of your activities for a robust yield. Have everybody understood that? Could you get it? What is diary means? Diary is nothing but daily inputs of your activities for a robust yield. Yes, that is what a diary is. And when you maintain your diary, you will actually get all your 8 elements in picture, and you will be actually using your time judiciously, effectively, with results. And let's go to understand what is a time mastery all about. In business, what is a time mastery? So in business, these are the few things which are normally ignored. हम काम तो करते हैं, लेकिन कभी-कभी invoice भेजना late में करते हैं. Sometimes we start doing a job even without getting the details of the organization. Sometimes we think that वो तो हम कर लेंगे. But the number of days delayed while creating the process will multiply into X square when you actually go to the end of the process. So put the process, the time frame into place. And of course, in those processes, what are the most important thing? Invoices on time, mentioning your debt collections dates in your invoices, so that you get a chance to tell the people that no, it was there in the invoice. It's okay that you're delaying it due to some reasons, but still, please ensure that collection is very important, because business is equal to sales and sales is equal to cash. So getting money in the right time in the business for the sales done actually helps the business to grow. provisioning of products, services, which we call as an inventory. So these are the areas which are explained much more into the time management, how to understand the inventory. Okay, so a best example of an inventory I can tell you is the kitchen of the house, which is maintained by our mother, our wife, or maybe the daughters when they grow up. They know exactly what things has to be called for at what particular time. Today, personally, if I go to the kitchen, I don't understand how they manage this inventory. We use so many things in our systems, in our warehouses to manage the inventory. But these people in the kitchen, they actually manage the inventory so beautifully because their time zones are very different. They know the consumption rate versus the time consumed. And obviously, they can always forecast that this will be required. So get these things done in place. The fourth one, not many people likes it, setting up the KPI. People give appointment letters. The employers, you as an employer, you will always give a commitment of giving that salary. But what is the commitment from the other end? So the commitment from the other end is the KPI. And this KPI actually tells about time management. What you are supposed to do, when you are supposed to do, will always tell you how you're supposed to do it. So that is what is called KPI, Key Performance Index. Tells you that a person who is in your organization or has been employed in your organization knows exactly what they are supposed to do and by when they're supposed to do. Because that is talking about the health of your organization, because your people, productivity of your people is actually talking about, is directly proportional to the health of your organization. All these things in a proper time helps in the positive cash flow, a high productivity and activity. So this is several areas of the time mastery when we talk and we actually work in all these areas with our clients, with our esteemed clients whom we have, because this is one of the primary area where a businessman, an entrepreneur has to work. Timeliness of high priority task. That is the main thing. That is what is important to understand. Let's come up to this beautiful circle. That is where it actually works. 86,400 seconds is equal to 1 day. If you multiply your hours with your minutes and with your seconds, you will get exactly 86,400 seconds. And every day we live with this 86,400 seconds. If you have got a workbook with you, try to find out whether this 86,400 seconds is actually equal to 24 hours or not. Find out there and find out how many seconds you are actually using effectively, timely, productively for your business. How much time you are sleeping, how much time you're using to have your food, how much time you are taking to travel for your business and for your personal reasons, how much time you are giving to your priority task, how much time you are giving to your important task, and how much time you are spending on your urgent task. If you can really do this homework, you will get 99% answers to your time management. You don't need anybody to tell you what to do. You will yourself understand what to do it. If you can divide this 1,400 seconds into the number of times, into the number of categories what I spoke about. You understand? Let's go one by one. Important, not urgent. Correct? Not important, not urgent. We do so many things, not important, not urgent, which is actually equal to 10% of your time. We keep on doing this. Not important, not urgent. As a businessman, I can give you one good example. Non-important, not urgent. Cleaning your own desk is not important, not urgent. It should be delegated to somebody else to do it. I know some business heads, some entrepreneur. My first client, when I started this journey, who used to travel all across from Kandivali to Grant Road. And he is the only person who is to open up his office. And when I traveled with him, I found that all his employees used to stand before the office, waiting for the owner to come and open the office. Is it important? Is it urgent? I leave the question to you so that you will be able to tell us, is it important or is it urgent? So if you think that this is important and this is urgent, then of course there will be an issue on that. This is not important, this is not urgent for you as an entrepreneur, but we keep on doing this. There are some people who keeps on doing this, and you will find you will do so many things which are not urgent and not important, which is actually contributing to 10% of your time as a distraction. Urgent and not important. Primarily all business owners, entrepreneurs, if not 99%, at least 90% people do this firefighting, urgent jobs, but don't take care of their important jobs. This also gets into a delusion. क्या करना चाहिए, वो भी करना चाहिए, मेरे को ये भी करना पड़ता है, मेरे को वो भी करना पड़ता है. How will I decide which is urgent and which is not important? But if we actually look at the job, you will definitely understand what is urgent and what is important. Please avoid doing what is urgent only and what is not important. Give it some people to do it for. Urgent and important. It really takes up a lot of your time because it is in demand. If you are trying to do all the urgent things and all the important things, let me go back to the Grant Road office. When I go back to the Grant Road office, the owner comes into the office, opens up the doors, put the locks in the chains, and open up the office. All his staffs gets into the office, sits their own places, relaxed. The owner takes out the collection book, understands what has been collected and what not has been collected, gets into the details of the check bounces, which is sometimes very regular. And then he only used to pick up the phone and talk to those people who have not paid their time or whose checks have got bounced. And then at that particular moment, I really asked him, are you happy doing this, what you are doing? He only said me that it is urgent and it is important. It is in demand. How can I avoid it? So I asked him then, why? What are those people doing it? They don't know it. How will they know the importance? This was his answer. They don't know it. How do they know? How will they know that, this is so important? पैसा नहीं आएगा तो काम कैसे करेंगे? तब मतलब उन लोग को रखे क्यों है आप? He used some words which I don't want to use it here. But this is not only he. This is not only him. There are so many people within us also who also believes in this. So I am doing 80% which can be avoided, but I can do those things which are not urgent but important. This is the zone where an entrepreneur has to be. Doing things what are important, networking with people, going for bigger discussions, going for trade assemblies, training people are not urgent, but they are important. So if I enlist those activities which are not urgent but important, and which if I don't do those important things, those will become on the upper areas. That will create a problem. So if I actually hold myself in the 20% zone, then I will be working on my business and you all will be working on your business. But unfortunately, 90% of us becomes the employee of our own business. We thought to be an entrepreneur, but we actually remained as an employee of our own business. We are not working on the business, but we are all working inside the business because we are not able to find out what is that 20% which is my job and which is an important job. Because one reason which actually hits the mind, you know what it is? Fear of delegation. The second word I don't want to say, the second word is he cannot believe in anybody. Probably he was not believed by anybody. And that's why he's carrying with the tradition of not believing anybody. So my dear friends, entrepreneurs, business owners, I know you have been working all throughout these years and you are doing your own business. So here in this webinar, I have not taught you anything. I have just unearthed those small areas which were there with you, but probably you have forgotten them. Because this is what it happens. It never stops. The time never stops. So the productivity factor of the time goes away along with the time. Remember this, keep it in mind, and that's where AtKonnectt Redefining Business, we come into the picture. So with this, I come to an end of today's session, which was about time mastery. I told you about 80:20, where you have to be. Select your position in your life, in your personal life, in your professional life, and try to be at that 20%. So each member of your organization, of your family are at that 20%. So probably everyone will be at that 100%. These are the schedules which we are carrying on from 22nd of Jan. Today is 12th of March. So we talked about time mastery, the most valuable realizations. I hope you have realized that what is the importance of 80-20. So we will meet upon again on 26th of March at 11:30 a.m. That will be the 5th session, and that will talk about a typically another important subject, which is known as delivery mastery, which brings in consistency and which brings in trust. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about various examples in our industries, in our country, outside country, how delivery mastery helps a business to run on its complete speed. So these are the schedules. If you want to take a pic of this, take a pic of this, keep it with you. Come enjoy what we say and also participate what you want to say. Very, very important. Okay, so we'll be same time. So actually the schedules are set for every second Saturday and fourth Saturday. Thank you so much. From AtKonnectt Redefining Businesses, my name is Kaushik Chandra, and these are our coordinates, the email ID, the mobile numbers, and you can